I wasn't even prepared to talk. You put me on the spot. I just was coming to hang in the back. I apologize, first of all, for my lateness. I had a family issue, and I just wanted to attend. And I was appreciating what you were saying, brother, when you came up. So I don't want to say a lot. I don't want to comment. You know, a lot of people don't show up for things unless they're speaking. And I think that's, to me, that's corny. Because you're supposed to show up just to show up. So I don't want to say much, but I will say this, since you brought up Dawood. Because one of the things that we used to talk about a lot is, you know, when we look at the things that we want, when we look at the things that we need, one of the things that we have to do is we have to forgive one another. And I really mean it. Everybody in this room has something that someone has done that has hurt you. Whether it's family, whether it's a friend, whether it's someone you're in a relationship with, whether it's some things that you've done that you haven't forgiven yourself for. But we have to forgive one another. And I really mean going to somebody and looking them in the eye and saying, you know what? And you say what you need to say. There was a brother one time in Manchester, and some stuff happened with him and his other sister. And the older brother the younger brother looked up to this older brother. So the older brother, they got into a fight, and he like almost knocked him out. Because the other brother did some stuff he thought he shouldn't have done. And then one day, this was 15 years later, they were downtown. The younger brother walked up to him and he said, you know what, bro? He said, I just want to say I'm sorry for what I did. The other brother, the older dude started crying. He said, thank you, man. Because we carry that around with us. And when we forgive each other, and we learn to genuinely apologize, and mean it, and say, I'm never doing that again. We do a ritual, we do a ceremony. But wherever we did wrong, we're going to put that in the fire. Whatever we have to do, we used to do that in circles. God, when we take the kids, and we'd have everybody get in a circle, and put somebody in the middle, and you'd have to apologize. And whatever we did, we would bury it right there. We used to go to Frederick Douglass's house and do this ceremony in D.C., where he used to meet with Harriet Tubman. And I do this with people. I do this with my wife. When I do something with my children, I take them down and we sit down together. We apologize in front of everybody. Well, my son, he's 22 now, he would do something one time when he was 10. And there was a little girl that lived next door. And the lady came over and she said, well, the boys went in the bathroom while she was in the bathroom. And so I brought them all to my house. I said, Mikey, what happened? He said, well, we didn't do it. She's lying at her. I said, Antoine, what happened? I said, Jason, what happened? I said, Asa, you know, you're my son and I trust you. I want you to tell me what happened. He started crying. He said, I did it. And I would make him go down. He would have to apologize to their families and apologize. He would always cry when he apologized to his mother. So I want you to apologize to your mother and your grandmother for what you did. We set the whole family down. We need to do those things. And we need to apologize and stop. And then once you do that, once we raise the standard of our community, because we can blame some of the adults, we can blame some of the people, but the truth is that we're hurt. And that's why we're so quick to do stuff to one another. And because we were brought up in a system that's corrupt, old habits die hard. Some of the stuff's been put in us for hundreds of years. It's not even our own thoughts floating around in our heads. You have thoughts about someone, that thought didn't come from you. It came from the things that you're drinking and that you're watching and that you're taking into your body. Sometimes when you were 3 or 5 and didn't know any better. So you have a thought, it's not even your thought, about yourself or somebody else. We need to get all those pins and demons out of our mind. Amos Wilson used to say. We used to get the devils out of our mind. And go in and apologize. We got to cry, we cry. And then we hug and we close the door and we go out and we say we're going to be at this standard from now on. And once you do that, you will have the courage and the power to step to anybody about anything, anywhere, And you won't even have to say certain things. You have this force that when you walk into the school, where your children go to school, when you walk down the street, it'll be an energy that you carry that people will stand up straight and they will get right when you walk in. Every one of us had somebody in our family. It was our grandmother or our grandfather. Their righteousness, when they walked in the spot, you sat up because their spirit made you get on point. And we don't have that now. You command respect by the way that you live. And we can never expect people to treat us and do us a way that we're not doing ourselves. We can't lock arms with brothers who are going to try to talk to our daughters and our wives and say we're all one, because we're not all one if I can't trust you with my daughter. We're not all one if I can't trust you with my wife. We're not all one if I can't say, brother, I did try to holler at your girl one time and I was tripping, I'm sorry. And I want to tell you to your face, and it was me. And I wasn't on point then, because that's how I was brought up, but I'm on point now and I know I was wrong. When I was 17 years old, my life changed. When I went to my mother, I went to my sister, I went to every single girl that I knew. And I said, I read the autobiography between you and my graduation at Peabody and my 18th birthday, which is in August. And I went to every single sister I knew and I said, I'm sorry, I didn't have the strength or the knowledge to be better at the time. And I apologize for the things I did, that I said, that I didn't do. I hope you can forgive me, because that was then and this is now. That's what we need to do. And once you do that, there's going to be a force that's going to come through us. Some of us are going to cry, but we're going to be healed. And once we are that, then we can be a healing, we can be warrior healers for others. Brothers will have the courage to step to the police when they're doing wrong. You will not be afraid. And you won't even have to do certain things. The force and the energy that you bring will be so strong that it will create and organize things in your community. These things that are going on right now will change almost overnight. So all I wanted to say is that we need to forgive, we need to atone, and then we need to go out emboldened to command the respect and the justice and be warrior healers in the community. Every single one of you, even if I don't know you and I haven't met you, I love you, and I appreciate you being here today. And if we can do the things that I was taught by my mentor, Dawood Akbar, Elder, and many others, one right here, the OGs, right? And we can change this whole thing, because right now we're living somebody else's culture. We're living somebody else's reality. And as long as we do that, that's the death code right there. So thank you.